Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm at the Motor City Comic Con with Vince Locke, noted artist for Dead World, Sandman, and for you metalheads out there, the Cannibal Corpse album covers. This man is responsible for all of them. Vince, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Having a fun weekend.
Yes. This is one of your rare appearances at cons, is it?
Yeah, I've been away from the conventions for a few years now, but coming back, having fun.
All right. And I'm actually very thankful that he granted this interview. I was super nervous about approaching this man, asking for an interview, and he was totally cool with it. Well, when I was doing research on you, I noticed that I believe it's Andrew Wyeth. Why is he one of your influences?
When I was a teenager, really into art, my teachers introduced me to his work.
Mm-hmm.
And I love his, a lot of his watercolor sketches are real loose, then you get parts of it are real tight. Just how he plays with the paint, and how he can have parts of paint that are real loose and impressionistic, and other parts that get really detailed.
All right.
I love the mood of his paintings. A lot of them are kind of somber and kind of a little surreal.
I did check out his artwork online, I believe, from an art institute that was, at least they had the prints of his paintings online.
Yeah.
Oh, I do extensive research when I do research on people, sir.
Great.
One of the things that I noticed, that you did some work for Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
Well, how much fun did you have creating all of the album covers for Totem Pole?
That was great. It was fun to spoof all the variety of heavy metal covers. We did like the classical music version. We had them on Valkyries riding through the sky, and
I like the one where in the straitjackets in the bell tower with the bats flying out. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And another piece that you did for Aqua Teen Hunger Force was, I want to say, the party scene.
Oh yeah, the hairy bus.
Yes, the hairy bus, like that background painting of all those animals that obviously clearly had just partied out way too much. How much fun did you have creating that? Did they give you any direction for that? It's like, or just go have fun?
They had it roughly laid out. I mean, sort of blocked in what they wanted to show. Then I filled it in my own way. The only thing we had to take out were some of the rabbits were smoking pot. They said you can't have smoking.
No smoking?
No smoking of any kind.
But you can have inebriated animals puking and whatnot.
Severed heads and all that's fine.
Severed heads? Okay.
But no smoking.
No smoking. I don't understand, like, where does one draw the line on that one?
I don't know.
You've also done Dead World. Where does King Zombie come from?
Well, the writers, Ralph Stew and Stu Kerr, they created it. And King Zombie was part of the zombie apocalypse, which is kind of standard. But he was intelligent and smart and out to get, our main characters. So that was the main difference. That we had intelligent zombies that were kind of leading other zombies. And, ended up taking more of a cult take on the zombie thing instead of a virus or something. It was more demons and witchcraft, stuff like that.
All right. And I take it that is now done? Or is the King Zombie character still...
It's still around, yeah.
Still around, really?
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore, but it's still around, yeah.
All right.
They have Dead World pop and chips and slot machines.
I did see that there was soda for Dead World.
Yeah.
I noticed that at the Grand Rapids Comic Con last year.
Yeah.
Also, you were a music fan?
Yeah.
You're into Nine Inch Nails, is that correct?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite album by Nine Inch Nails?
It's Downward Spiral is probably one of my favorites.
I have to agree with you on that one. I actually, story about that was the first album I ever purchased with my own money.
Right.
It was like 8th grade, and I snuck out of a field trip. We went to a buffet near Best Buy on 28th Street. I snuck out of the buffet, ran over to Best Buy. I was like only 14, and I was really worried that they weren't going to sell me that album because of the parental advisory explicit lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I had no trouble getting away with that. I went home, and that album blew my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Nine Inch Nails in concert?
Yes. It might have been for that tour.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm seriously envious of you. I've seen them after they were touring for the Fragile and albums after that, and they put on a very good show.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of music, I'd be a fool not to talk to you about Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
You've done all their album covers.
Mhm.
My question to you is, what is the process for making a Cannibal Corpse album cover? Like, do they just give you like a title and you go crazy with it, or do they give you some input?
It varies from album to album, but usually we start with the album title. It's got to fit somehow. And sometimes they'll give song titles, some of the lyrics sometimes. Depends how far they are into the recording process. For like Torture, they had a vague idea of what they wanted. Alec Webster had some photos he had gotten during his travels from these church friezes of people being tortured. So that was kind of the take. Then I took that and went with to make the Torture album cover.
Okay. Has there been any, how to phrase this, album covers or sketches or paintings that you've done that you felt have gone too far? Like, whoa, I don't know if I should really release this one.
No.
I figured that would be the answer, but I wanted to ask that question anyways.
I just try and take an artistic, direction on it. Hopefully that helps it stand out from some other things.
How much fun did you have making the comic for Evisceration Plague?
It was great. It was a whirlwind. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 months doing all of it. So they sent me all the lyrics to everything. And I just sat down with that, trying to plot out a story for each song. So it was crazy, but it was fun.
All right. And you came out with a recent comic book called Junction True, is that correct?
Yeah.
What is Junction True about?
I have a hard time describing it. It's kind of a love story gone wrong. It's about love, obsession, body modification. But still kind of a horror story too.
What was your artistic approach for this not album, but for this comic book?
Well, it's all painted. It's my first and last painted graphic novel. So I would draw each panel out separately, then assemble it all in Photoshop on the computer. This took a very long time. I spent about 7 years working on it.
I was about to ask that, but never mind.
Yeah. Wasn't 7 years straight work. It was, in between working on other things to help pay the bills, but very labor intensive, right? But lots of fun.
Okay. And as we're wrapping this up, if people wanted to find out more about your art online, where can they find it?
VinceLocke.com.
All right. And the last question, what would you like to say to your fans throughout the years?
Oh, thanks for all your support. I mean, without you, I wouldn't be able to make a living doing this, and I'm very lucky to be able to do that. Not everybody gets to do that. I'm very thankful.
I appreciate you for all your influential album covers. They've been awesome, and I was super stoked to find out that you were going to be at this event, and that you're a Michigan native as well. So,
yeah.
Well, folks, this is Joe at not the Grand Rapids, at the Motor City Comic Con with Vince Locke. Take it easy.
Yeah, thanks.